Someone is pissed with your light. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. Someone is pissed with your light. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, you won't dim my light. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you won't dim my light. Now, let me break this down for you. See, whenever you have a light, you have a spiritual glow about yourself, right? You have an amazing and powerful aura about yourself. And not only that, but you're very radiant, right? And so what that means is, y'all, you have this exceptional vibe, this exceptional energy, right? And it alerts people immediately. It alerts them immediately. You know why? Because everybody is not shining the way that you are. And when I say shining, I'm not talking about like you got diamonds on, like you got gold chains on, earrings in your ear. I'm not even talking about that type of shining. Although it ain't nothing wrong with shining a little bit if you want to. Get your shine on. But what I'm saying is, y'all, is that when you have a natural shine, that's what they call it, a natural glow. When you have a natural shine, a natural glow, you are shining from within. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. I shine from within. And that is why a lot of people are pissed off with your light. They're not even pissed off with you. You ain't do nothing. Understand something, y'all. What you see right now is only a shell. This is what we call flesh. But what you are hearing, what you are feeling, right? The essence of me is my spirit, my soul. And so with that being said, this is the vibe and the energy you feel. My shell is just a shell. It only can be seen, but my spirit can be felt. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. And so this is what you have. You have that type of spirit, and it gives you a certain type of light, even in the dark. And so a lot of people are pissed when they see you, when they hear you, when you come into the conversation, when you walk into the job. It does not matter what you do. They're going to be pissed with your light. It's not about you, the person. It's about you, the spirit. Right? But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get directly into this video. All right, y'all already know how we do. We are right here in the famous living room, y'all, in front of the legendary gray couch. Anytime I'm in front of the legendary gray couch, y'all, something legendary gonna be said, and that's just how that go. And family, I'm sending nothing but love, peace, and prosperity to y'all. All right, listen, family, I know every day is not gonna be perfect. I know every day is not gonna be the best day, right? You know, I don't like to get on this camera and on this microphone and act like we all have a positive day every single day. I understand, y'all, that we go through things, but the reason why I make these videos is because I want y'all to have a breath of fresh air, right? So with that being said, family, I want you to have a marvelous day, even if you're not, all right? I want you to have a delightful day, even if you don't feel like things are going great. Just understand it's always going your way if you woke up today, all right? But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get directly into it. Leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's do it, y'all. Number one. So the first sign that a person is pissed off with your light is they diminish everything you do. All right, let me say that once again, y'all, louder, for my chosen ones in the back. And matter of fact, shout out to the chosen ones in the front, because y'all know the chosen ones in the front be getting mad at me, y'all. So shout out to the chosen ones in the front, family, all right? But with that being said, they diminish everything you do. And so with that being said, anytime a person diminish the things you do, such as your accomplishments, such as your success, such as your gift, your talent, it can be something as simple as your beauty. When you take a picture, right, you want to post it on Instagram, you ask them, hey, how this picture look for the Instagram? They're like, it's all right. How this picture look for the Facebook? You know, I mean, I wouldn't post it if I was you, but it's all right, right? The point is, y'all, they diminish every single thing you do. And see, family, if people are around you diminishing your greatness, if people are around you diminishing your success and your accomplishments, if they're making you feel small, it's because you are too big. Yeah. Let me say it once again, y'all. If they are making you feel small, it's because you are too big. You have a big mentality, a big mindset. You have a big heart, right? Big emotions. You have big dreams, a big vision. And so whenever they are around you, they have to diminish it because they can't even fathom to think that big. They can't even fathom to dream that big. They can't fathom it. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number two, it's gonna be this right here, y'all. It's hard for them to recognize your greatness. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, it is hard for them to recognize your greatness. You know, family, when it comes to how great you are, all right, when it comes to how powerful you are, it's not to say that you're thinking you're better than them, but greatness must be respected. Right? Somebody drop that down below in the comments. Greatness must be respected. When Denzel Washington walk in the room, he don't feel like he's better than anybody, but the greatness got to be respected, right? You know, if Jay-Z walk into any room, it's not to say he feels that he's superior than anybody, but greatness must be respected. In other words, it's levels to this. And so when you are around family members with the small mentality, when you are around friends with the small mentality, sometimes it can be hard for them to recognize your greatness, right? And you know why I always call cap on that? Because they're going to say this. Well, you know, we didn't notice you. We didn't understand. Well, we didn't mean it that way. You know why I call a cap on those things, y'all? Because it's not hard for you to recognize when you're hungry. It's not hard for you to recognize when you're thirsty. It's not hard for you to recognize when you need something, right? So why is it hard for you to recognize my greatness? And see, the problem is, y'all, they are too close to you. They've been so close to you. And even people with good hearts, what happens is that when you are around a person for so long, you tend to forget how good they are. Because if you have access to the Ritz-Carlton every day, you'll forget that you're living at the Ritz-Carlton, not realizing that that's a $500-$600, get all the way up to the thousands room, right? I'm talking about from $400-$500, honestly, y'all, about $600-$700 on an easy day, all the way up to the top floor when you get to like penthouses or penthouse style suites and stuff like that. It gets about $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. It get up there. But if you stay there every day, you stop realizing the value of it. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So bringing this thing back around full circle, it is hard for them to recognize your greatness. But a true friend, a true family member, a true person who actually care about you and care about the great things that happen to you and care about you spilling your greatness and pouring out your greatness and getting your just due, those people are going to remind you of how great you are. They're not going to allow you to forget how great you are. Make sense of what I'm saying, family? Drop in the comments and let me know. It is hard for them to recognize your greatness. And that's a shame, especially if they call themselves family or friends, okay? Number 3, y'all, it's going to be this right here, family. They have to steal the attention. That's another one. They have to steal the attention. See, anything you have naturally, you don't have to steal. Okay, what sense does it make if I have a Lamborghini or if I have a Maserati, right? Or a Ferrari, whatever. We can keep going down the line of exotic cars. But if I have a Lamborghini, we'll stick with that one. Why would I need, in a working Lamborghini, right? A new Lamborghini, let me make sure I make that clear. A working and new Lamborghini, why would I need to steal somebody else's working and new Lamborghini? In fact, we got the same one. Why would I need to steal it? The problem is, y'all, they don't have any attention. They don't do anything that grants them attention. They don't have enough talent that brings them attention. They have not tapped into their gift to where they're able to be in a position to receive attention. But they see that you have attention, so they try to steal yours. Once again, you will never steal anything that you already have. All right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you a thief. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you were thieved. Sticking to the point, y'all, if they have to steal your attention, it's because they are pissed off with your light. Anytime you're talking, they got to start talking. Anytime you're presenting, they start presenting. Anytime you speak about something you accomplished, they talk about something they accomplished. They're trying to steal your attention because they see the light that you possess and they pissed off with it. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. And also, y'all, drop in the comments and say, you can't steal my light. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you can't steal my light. Number 4 is going to be this right here, family. They overtalk you. Yeah, that's another one. They overtalk you. See, what I learned about people who overtalk others, that they actually have an insecurity. Yeah, they actually have an uncertainty. See, people who are confident, they're very quiet and laid back. Some people are confident and they still talk a lot, but it doesn't mean that they overtalk others. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So let me give you an example. You're never going to see a kung fu master trying to overtalk his students. He going to sit back. He going to let them get their stuff off, let them get their ish off, right? He going to let them talk, express themselves. And once they get done, what are you going to say? All right, now that you're done talking, here's how you do it. Now it's time for them to do what? Listen. He didn't overtalk. You're never going to see a angry kung fu master. It's not going to happen. And so bring this thing around full circle, y'all. If people are trying to overtalk you, it's because they know the things that you are saying actually make sense. They know it's brilliant. They know that it's intelligent. They know that it has some type of logic to it. So let me overtalk them. You probably have been through this on a job, right? With your supervisor, your manager, or even coworkers. Because let me just say this, y'all. You got to respect the hierarchy and you have to respect the chain of commands. You can't be a worker or employee trying to tell the manager how to do his job, but trying to tell the CEO how to run his or her company, right? I'm very big on respect. However, I'm also big on, in order to get respect, you have to give it. So with that being said, no matter who you are, you shouldn't just overtalk anybody. It's always great to listen. It's always great to understand. But once again, you must respect the hierarchy. Reno, what are you saying right now? If a person is over talking you, they're doing too much talking and not enough listening. They're too busy trying to be right when they're showing clearly they're wrong. They're too busy trying to be the best when you're telling them, hey, there's enough room for all of us to get better. They're too busy making this thing a competition when you're clearly showing them and making it obvious that I'm on your team. Yet they want to overtalk you in front of others. They want to overtalk you amongst y'all. They want to overtalk you to make themselves seem more significant than what they are. Last thing I'm going to say on this, y'all. Have you ever seen a person who talk and they just talk and they just talk and do more talking, but they never said anything? Yeah. You can talk and not say nothing, right? A wise man once said nothing, and that was the most that a person have ever said. Reno, what does that mean? How does that make sense? Just because a person is doing a bunch of talking, it does not mean they're adding value. But guess what? A person can be much wiser, much intelligent, much more valuable by not saying nothing. So understand something, y'all. If they're over talking you and they're doing this purposely, they pissed off with your light, right? Now, some people tend to just be talkative and they don't mean no harm. Whether they are causing harm or not, they don't mean harm, okay? And some people just talk. That's all they do. But they got the heart of an elephant, right? You know, they got the heart of a dolphin. They got the heart of a Care Bear. Like very soft hearts, right? And big hearts, but they talk a lot. There's a difference, y'all. Intentions is everything. Drop that down below in the comments. Intentions is everything. But number 5, y'all, it's going to be this right here. Character assassination, right? Character assassination. Someone is pissed off with your light, y'all. They so mad and so pissed off with your light. You know what they're doing? They are assassinating your character right now as we speak. You can be nice to a person. You can be kind to a person. You can give, you can buy, you can support, you can love, you can do anything that there are or anything that there is to do for and to a human being in a positive state, and you still won't make them happy. That's the sad reality of us human beings, right? A person can go all out for you. They can make it clear, make it plain. But sometimes in a human's mind, it's still not enough. Reno, what are you saying right now? See, you protected their character. When everybody tried to talk down on them, when everybody tried to say bad things about them, you protected their character. When it looked like it was going all down, when it seemed as if the truth or the rumors and the slander was coming to the light to be the truth, you still protected their character. Because you said, nah, this person is different. This person ain't that. This is a good person. You protected their character, right? Reno, what are you saying right now? The reason why they assassinated your character, even though you protected theirs, is because you had a light that was so bright. And they were so malicious that they wanted to see that bright light cut off. And it didn't matter who cut it off, right? They didn't care what happened or what had to happen in order for your light to be cut off. That's why even in the legal system, they have what we call defamation of character. They have what we call defamation of character because some people get so far and so stuck in their feelings to where they don't care about tearing a person's business down, stopping their money, stopping, what comes for their brand and comes within their business and what comes from their business and the way that they are able to feed their families. They don't care. I'm going to defame your name. Jay-Z went through it. He's in a lawsuit now to where they actually owe him. You messing up the brand by saying slanderous things. Smokey Robinson is countersuing, right? Those I want to say women from those one of those foreign countries, but he's countersuing. Why? Because of defamation of character. And there's many other people who's doing it. That is how powerful character assassination is. To where your business can stop making money, your brand can look bad, your name can look bad, bad things can happen legally and financially, not even physically, just because of what a person is saying. And people are such haters to where they will believe it. That's why you got to be careful. Even with myself, I be very careful. I don't argue with supporters. I don't argue with fans. I don't do anything. I don't try to tell people off. I'm going to defend my honor, but I'm not even going to argue with you because I got everything to lose. What do you have to lose? Right? And when I say you, I'm saying in general. But the point is, y'all, is that character assassination is a sign of how you know a person is pissed with your life. All right. But with that being said, y'all, not beating a dead horse, we'll do a quick recap and get up out of here. Number one, y'all, they diminish everything you do. Number two, it's hard for them to recognize your greatness. Number three, they have to steal the attention. Number four, they overtalk you. And number five, y'all, character assassination. Family, as we conclude this video, y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy and join the membership. Go meet your tribe. Secondly, y'all be sure to book a one-on-one session with your boy. All right, check out any one of those books. And of course, be sure to get you a Yes Sir t-shirt. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.